Today we are performing the fourth task in Cognifyz Power BI internship. Our task is investment duration and frequency. Objective of this task is analyze investment duration and monitoring frequencies. There are two steps involved in this task like duration distribution, visualize the distribution of investment duration, and frequency analysis. Examine the investment monitoring frequency and the impact on investment preferences. We're using three columns in this task like invest, monitor, duration, and avenue because these three columns represent our data into a better sense. So let's start our task. Firstly, I'm importing my dataset. I'm using get data and then text and CSV file, and then I choose the dataset where I save and then load it. As we check all the data transformation like different kind of other things early, so I'm just loading it. I'm making the background of canvas into light gray and then setting it transparency into 50. And now I'm setting the title of this dashboard. By setting its font size into 36 and making it underline and center. I'm using the two table in our first visualization like avenue and duration because it represents our data set. In this dataset, we define investment choices with duration. And now I'm just copy and pasting the same visual and replacing the duration with investment monitor. And now I'm also adding the slicer of avenue like equity, fixed deposit, mutual fund, and public provident fund. And then setting it into tile. And now I'm seeing the how many times equity is appearing in avenue by using a measure of count rows and filter function. And I'm using the same, this little bit error in it because I'm using two brackets extra. I'm using the same measure for fixed deposit and mutual fund and a public provident fund for the avenue column to find that how many these elements appear into avenue columns, how many times, and then after that I represent this data in the form of visual cards. Sorry for a little bit background disturbance. And now I'm representing the equity, fixed deposit, mutual fund, and public provident fund in the form of visual cards. Like how many these terms appear in a column of avenue, because it represents our data into better sense. I'm also using the Amini column instead of the 7 elements that we described in the first task, because this Avenue column represent our data into a better sense rather than to be these 7 elements that we described in our earlier task of like task 1. This is all our requirements of the task of Cognifyz Power BI internship of task 4, in which we have to define investment choices in the term of duration and frequency. Now you can see in the first visual that we can define the avenue by duration, like what is the duration, 3 to 5 years, like 1 to 3 years, less than 1 year, more than 5 years. And also we describe the avenue by investment monitor, like monthly, weekly, and daily. And now you can see the equity has appeared 10 times, fixed deposit appeared 9 times, mutual fund appeared 18 times, and public provident fund appeared 3 times. Now I'm just changing the colors of my dashboard. You can change whatever the colors you wanted. I wanted to choose the dark color with light background, so I think so this is good visual. Now just changing the little bit modification in our charts. I'm removing the x-axis and opening the data labels, and the same thing I do in the by first visual by removing x-axis and opening data labels. and changing the name of our column. And I'm making the data label into inside end of the bars. Now if you wanted to see the equity, then all the other three values become blank in our visual card and our board chart represent its values. Same thing is for fixed deposit and same thing for mutual fund and public provident fund. When you click on these values in our filter section, then our whole dashboard is filtered according to this. These are all the things in our 4 tasks of Cognifyz Power BI internship, and I'm just changing the page name into investment duration and frequency. And this is all our task 4. Thank you.